Prabhakar is not joined here. No, okay. So create a logical vector which has only those ratings which are more than 4. So ratings column has a ratings data frame has a column called rating which I have subsetted and made it more than 4. Now is highly rated is a logical vector which has just true and false. And now I can filter my ratings data frame just with this. And then after that, doing that, I am printing 30 to 50 rows only. See this now. Okay. So now this subsetting we can do easily with pandas. If you wanted to do in a simple say single step, you could have simply put this over here also directly. Do this quickly. That's pretty high. Jitendra, आपने जब unzip किया होगा, then you would have got a data directory called ml latest small. Wait, I'll just share this file with you. इसको क्लोन कर लेना आप सीधा.
मूवी लेंस नाम का बना हुआ है फोल्डर.
बन गया ना? उसमें सारे वो आ
हाँ
गए,
जी.
आपके सारी फाइल्स आ गई हैं.
हाँ आ गई हैं.
बस ठीक है, फिर ये मूव क्यों कर रहे हो?
ये तो
मूवी लेंस
अनजिप कर दिया.
अनजिप करने के बाद आपने मूवी लेंस फोल्डर बनाया,
हाँ हाँ.
and then you moved all the
बराबर.
files from the previous folder to this. From all the files from ml latest small are shifted to movie lens, right?
ओके.
Now just open your movie lens and see you have these files or not. Links, movies, ratings, tags, etc.
मूवी लेंस.
Yeah.
ये आई हैव फाइल्स.
Okay, now after
मूवी
execute
डॉट.
the okay, then just simply execute the other code
उसको.
that I pinned you in the chat box after this. Pandas का जो कोड है देखो,
कौन सा?
चैट बॉक्स पे पिन किया आपको. पहले किया था. Yes, Pranali done.
मूवी इज इक्वल टू.
Yes. pd.read.c read underscore csv.
ओके.
पहले pandas इंपोर्ट कर लेना उससे पहले.
ओके.
या Okay.
Himanshu,
Yes.
shape of zero means it gives the
Only
shape of
the
first column or
only the rows. So shape gives you the
yeah,
dimensions, rows and columns, right? So if I just do zero
yeah.
means rows only.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Until here,
So
Akshay.
what we are doing here? Yeah, yeah, I have executed, but what we are doing here exactly?
See, I wanted
So
to only get those movies or those ratings for which the rating value is either 4 or more than 4.
okay, yeah.
So I have created a logical vector called is highly rated, for which the
Mm-hmm.
ratings value is greater than equal to 4. So ये जो RHS है इसका, it will return you true and false.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, now I have simply substituted the ratings with this Boolean vector. Okay, and then I can randomly print some 100 200 values. Let's say I want to print the first 50 values.
So amongst first 50 values which has rating more than 4, it gives that, correct?
Yes, yes, see this 4 or more than 4.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, now do the next question. Find all those, just a second, let me create the question. Yes, okay. Get me all those movies for which the genre is animation. Find all those movies for which the genre is animation. Okay, do this yourself. I'll just write down the question here. Okay, try this now. So for this, first of all, have a look at the movies data frame using the head function. So we have movie ID, title, and genres. No, genres are like this: adventure, animation. So I have to just search for animation there. Okay. So the same thing we did yesterday also for that KVR thing in the obesity. Yes, Pranali done. कैसे करेंगे इसको अक्षय?
Done.
Okay. कैसे किया प्रणाली?
एनिमेशन का स्ट्रिंग मैच किया सर.
Right. Movies genres dot str dot contains animation, right?
एनिमेशन हाँ
Yeah.
ये yesterday we have done it ना.
Yes. So it will give you a logical vector. Now you can simply subset and print the few
No, I
values.
have not printed. See.
That's okay. That's okay. Right. So now see this. So these are few of the movies that have the genre animation. Okay. Very good.
Himanshu, could you just scroll up for a second?
Sure.
I'm missing something.
Yeah. Yes, Samir, do this quickly.
ये हो गया मेरा.
हो गया ना? Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Himanshu, you can proceed.
Okay. Now we are going to see group by and aggregate function. Okay. Now in the ratings data frame we have these columns. If you want you can simply print it. User ID, movie ID, ratings and all. Okay. Now what I want to do is like I want to group the ratings on the basis of my ratings. Means I want to count all the ratings for 0.5, 1, 1.52 and so on. Getting it? Means I have this data like this which have ratings like this 4, 5 and all, right, in the ratings data frame. Now I want to ask you like how many ratings are for 4 or how many are for 4.5 or how many are for 5. Means I want you to group this data frame ratings on the basis of the rating column and then count the movies. Okay, do this now. Yes, so how we'll do it? Let's see this now. Now we are going to use ratings. Now I'm just subsetting ratings with the two columns, movie ID and rating, that's it. And then I'm grouping this by rating and I'm counting it. Okay. So what we'll do, what it's going to count? It is going to count my movie IDs. Now let's see this. I'll get something like this. So they are 15,000 with a 5, 1101 for the 0.5 and so on. Do this now. अगर आप सबसेट नहीं भी करते तब भी हो जाता, बट फिर वैसा दिखता। तो यूजर आईडी भी आता, मूवी आईडी भी आता आपको।
Sir, I have given you. I have pinged you one code. Uh, this also is another way, ना मतलब ऐसे भी तो कर सकते हैं।
रेटिंग्स डॉट मूवी आईडी ग्रुप बाय रेटिंग्स डॉट रेटिंग
.com।
हाँ कर सकते हो।
हम यस, जैसे इससे क्या सिर्फ हमको मूवी आईडी मिल रहा है, बट वी आर नॉट गेटिंग यूजर आईडी।
नहीं वो तो आप
इन
यहाँ
द
पे
केस यू
नहीं, आप यहाँ पे सबसेट कर रहे हो इसलिए हो रहा है, इसको हटा दो।
हम्म
इसको हटा दीजिए तो आपको वैसा मिल जाएगा, दोनों मिल जाएगा। ओके
Sir, let me write down that code also. Please
श्योर
hold on your code.
श्योर श्योर। ओके नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन लिख लो। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन में ये करना है आपको। नाउ मूवी आईडी रिप्रेजेंट्स अ यूनिक मूवी, राइट? So find the average ratings for each and every movie. Find the average rating given to each movie. Do that.
Himanshu, when I execute this 19th one without subsetting, I'm getting the timestamp also. It's that.
Delete the timestamp. We already removed it earlier.
Okay, okay.
Remove that column. Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Sir, Himanshu sir, getting one error here.
Where? In this command?
Yeah.
Tell me.
क्या error है ये? ग्रुप बाय में?
आपने पिंग किया है क्या?
हाँ जी हाँ जी।
की एरर, मोस्ट रीजन कॉल की एरर आ रहा है आपका ये। कोड तो सेम ही लग रहा है आपका। एक बार रेटिंग कॉलम्स में देखो क्या क्या चीजें हैं आपके। ये प्रिंट कराइए,
रेटिंग।
ये रेटिंग्स डॉट कॉलम।
ओके।
रेटिंग्स मूवी आईडी कॉमा रेटिंग। अच्छा ये गलती है आपकी, सुनो। यहाँ पे रेटिंग्स कुछ नहीं, यहाँ रेटिंग है, आपने यहाँ रेटिंग्स लिखा हुआ है।
रेटिंग्स वेयर
रेटिंग्स डेटा फ्रेम का नाम है, कॉलम का नाम रेटिंग है, इसलिए एरर आ रहा है कि इसको मिल नहीं रहा वो, इसलिए की एरर दे रहा है वो। ठीक है।
तो यहाँ पे क्या करना है? रेटिंग पहले डेटा फ्रेम बनाना है।
नहीं नहीं कुछ मत करो, यहाँ पे आपने रेटिंग्स लिखा हुआ है अपने में, इसको रेटिंग कर दो बस। आपने जो कोड पिंग किया ना मेरे को, उसमें मूवी आईडी के बाद रेटिंग्स लिखा हुआ है अपने, ऐसा है, ऐसा हटा दीजिए बस, वो चल जाएगा आपका कोड।
रेटिंग्स ओके डन।
Himanshu, one question.
सॉरी।
One question. This is regarding regarding the cloning part. And just before the class, you told about the cloning. Suppose I get a URL from external party. How you go for the cloning part?
समीर आपकी आवाज समझ में नहीं आ रहा।
अभी आ रहा है? अभी ठीक
हाँ
है?
हाँ बोलो।
आप वो क्लोनिंग के बारे में थोड़ा बोल दीजिए क्योंकि आपने बोला था क्लोनिंग के सपोज आई विल गेट सम एक्सटर्नल URL फ्रॉम समबडी सो हाउ कैन आई गो फॉर द क्लोनिंग
एक्सटर्नल व्हाट?
सपोज आपने एक URL भेजा है आई जस्ट वांट टू सी दोस थिंग्स
हाँ तो उसको
क्या
क्लोन
डाटा है
कर लो, उसको क्लोन कर लो।
बट वहाँ पे पब्लिक एंड प्राइवेट दो ऑप्शंस आ रहा है सो आई जस्ट वांट
हाँ
टू
तो
नो दोस
पब्लिक
थिंग्स
करोगे तो ओपन रहेगी सबके लिए, प्राइवेट करोगे तो आपके लिए रहेगी, प्राइवेट कर लो उसको।
okay now if I get a URL from you yours is public and mine is private so can I access those things?
यस यस, बिकॉज माई इज पब्लिक, दैट्स व्हाई यू कैन एक्सेस इट। आप प्राइवेट
Okay,
करोगे तो नोबडी एल्स कैन एक्सेस इट अदर देन यू।
okay, so just go to clone and just paste that URL that's it. Okay.
सॉरी।
No, no, just go to the cloning part and paste that URL. That is the process. Okay.
यस,
Audible then?
यूआरएल पे
Okay.
क्लिक करके उसको क्लोन कर लो।
Okay, got it.
यस हुआ, ये नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन हुआ। ग्रुप द मूवीज ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ मूवी आईडी एंड गिव मी द एवरेज रेटिंग्स। जस्ट गिव मी अ मोमेंट, एक थोड़ा सा काम करना है बस. यस, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन करो.
You have to find out the mean, right?
Yes,
After grouping by rating.
not by rating, by movie IDs. देखो, ratings movie ID comma rating group by movie ID and the mean, and then the head. So for movie ID 1 the average rating is 3.87. For movie ID 2 average rating is 3.41, and so on and so forth. Okay. Along with this, I also want the count, means how many people have rated these movies. Means movie 1, movie ID 1, how many people have given ratings to it. Do this also. So now I'm doing the same thing, but this time I'm just simply counting them rather than taking the mean. So movie one ID 1 was rated by 247 people. 2 was rated by 1073 3 by 59 and so on.
Manshu sir,
Yes, Jitendra,
hello.
bolo.
What is the difference between head and tail, sir? Head function
Head
and
will
tail
give you the
function.
first 5 rows, tail will give you the last 5 rows.
Last 5 rows.
Yes.
Okay. Now it's getting movie ID 161944. Not rating is 1.
Sorry, आप टेल
It's
प्रिंट
getting,
करो यहाँ पे.
yeah. Tail means bottom से print करेगा.
Exactly.
Okay.
ये देखो ये आएगी.
Right. Okay.
Yes, Pranali, done.
Yes, sir.
Himanshu?
Yes, Akshay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm done. I just have a simple question. Like in the 23rd line, in ratings, we have used double square brackets, right? When to subset, we need to use double square brackets only.
Yes, if you have to use multiple values, pass multiple values, then you have to do like this only.
So if I just want to fetch a movie ID, I can use single
Yes,
square
that's it.
bracket,
But if
right?
you want to do, so you should pass like this only.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, just one question here. Can we do both these things together in the same within the same line? Means I want the number of ratings as well as average ratings together. Is it possible to do this?
Dot mean dot count we can use.
Come again?
After mean,
No,
can we
dot
use
count.
dot
No,
count?
dot. No, that will not work. Yes, Jitendra, Pranali, any idea? Any how we can do this?
Can we store in two different variable, one variable mean and one variable in count,
वैसे तो हो ही
and then
जाएगा, फिर
print?
तो हो ही जाएगा, फिर तो आप बर्स उसको बाइंड कर सकते हो साथ में.
Right.
वैसे तो हो ही जाएगा, अगर एक इसमें करना हो तो सोचना थोड़ा, ठीक है? ट्राई करना, इस पे होता है तो
Okay.
बताना. ओके.
आई थिंक सर हमारे पास एक एक्चुअली मेरे पास अभी वो टैप करके आ नहीं रहा है, पर एवीजे काउंट करके मैंने एक फंक्शन देखा है, ऐसा लगता है, तो शायद वो यूज करके हो जाएगा. आई एम नॉट श्योर है.
एवीजे
तो यहाँ
काउंट.
पे टैप से या सर ये चेक पॉइंट्स का एरर हर बार आ जाता है. टैब हम नए फंक्शंस देखने के लिए जाते हैं तो
नहीं,
क्या कर सकते हैं?
अगर फंक्शन नहीं आएगा तो ही चेक पॉइंट आएगा. कोई फंक्शन
क्यों
नहीं
नहीं?
होगा तभी दिखा रहा है आपको. ये देखो अब चेक पॉइंट आ रहा है आपका, राइट? बट यहाँ पे तो आपको आ रहा होगा,
हाँ
सब ऑप्शन दिखा रहा होगा वो आपको, देखिए।
नहीं ना, ग्रुप बाय के बाद जब हम लगाते हैं ना काउंट मीन, तो अब पहले तो दिखा रहा था मीन वगैरह, अब वो चेक पॉइंट दिखा रहा है। ये
नहीं, इसको हटा तो नहीं पाओगे आप। चेक पॉइंट आप हटा सकते हो, बट उससे फायदा नहीं होगा आपको। हेल्प तो आनी चाहिए अभी, राइट?
हाँ, ये सेम सेम पहले आया,
हाँ,
अब नाउ आई एम गेटिंग। इससे फिर वो जल्दी काम नहीं होता है, बहुत देर तक उसको खेलते बैठना पड़ता है।
राइट, वो इशू है इसके साथ। हाँ ठीक है, एनीवे अपन तो एक दूसरे उसमें भी करके देख लेंगे। मतलब आई विल टीच यू इन, आई यूज एटम प्रोसेस, एटम करके एक एडिटर आता है। ओके, उसमें यू कैन इंटीग्रेट पाइथन कंपाइलर। उसमें काफी अच्छे फीचर्स हैं, बट उसमें फिर ये सब दिखेगा नहीं आपको। ये सब दिखेगा मतलब इतने अच्छे
ओके,
तरीके से नहीं दिखेगा फिर वो। हाँ ओके, चलो नाउ लेट्स मूव
एक्चुअली आई
एट।
वाज
लेट्स,
ओनली अर्लियर।
सॉरी।
I have actually tried to do the same thing earlier when you have given the question, no?
हम्म,
At the same time, I just tried to do कि मीन भी दिख जाए और काउंट भी दिख जाए।
राइट।
तो वो फिर मैंने डॉट मीन डॉट काउंट किया, so it was not working. So I was searching for that function only. जैसे सीक्वल में नहीं होता है कि हम कितने भी लगा सकते हैं, एवीजे लगा सकते हैं, मैक्स मीन
राइट
काउंट
राइट
एवरीथिंग
राइट।
on a single group by clause.
हम्म।
That was only I was trying.
Okay, now let's see how we can do merging, right? So now look at the tags and look at the movies. We have a common column here called movie ID, right? Now I want to do an inner join on this. Means I want to club these two data frames to have a single data frame which has all those 5 values, right? So what we can do here is I can simply do movies.merge. Okay, let me show you that. Movies dot merge, and look at the help now. So what's the right set? The right set is tags here. How? Inner, outer, or all those options. So I want to do an inner join. Okay. On which column I want to do it on? Movie ID.
Movie.
लेफ्ट ऑन राइट ऑन जरूरत नहीं है, लेफ्ट इंडेक्स फॉल्स राइट इंडेक्स फॉल्स, ठीक है, सॉर्टिंग नहीं करनी, दैट्स इट. Okay, and now you can save it in a table called T, and let's see this now. ये देखो, so movie ID, title, genres, user ID and tag is there.
Oh, it has given timestamp also.
If you have not deleted, it will give you.
No, yesterday we have deleted. No, अच्छा आज फिर
आज
से.
से करना,
Okay, okay.
रिपोर्ट किया ना आपने. I will show you. देखो इसमें पूरा जैसे अपना R Studio में we can save the complete workspace now. So here you cannot save the workspace, but you can save this data for this data frames. Okay, so वो कर सकते हो परसेंटेज सेव करके.
Okay. So we need not have to create all those again
Yes.
if we
Yes.
save.
Suppose you know that I want to work with these three data frame, movies, tags, and ratings. So उनको write करके रख लो.
Right.
Okay. Yes.
ये सर कल भी हमने ऐसा कुछ किया था ना, एक वेरिएबल में डिलीट डिलीट सेल है ना वैसा समथिंग।
नहीं डिलीट से तो डिलीट वो तो पॉप करा था हमने,
पॉप पॉप
बट
हाँ
उससे
हाँ
सेव नहीं होगा, उससे तो सिर्फ आपके रन टाइम में ही रहेगा वो. नमपाई में किया था हमने, नमपाई नमपाई डॉट सेव करके.
ओके।
हमने बाइनरी फॉर्मेट और टेक्स्ट फॉर्मेट में सेव की थी नमपाई अरे को.
पॉप तो ओनली लास्ट इंडेक्स को डिलीट करता है।
यस.
Himanshu?
यस.
So to merge this, when you press Shift tab, the syntax will be different over there. Like whatever you type
कम
there,
अगेन
no.
कम अगेन.
For the merge syntax,
हम्म.
how is that the last you have used and on is moved? Is that fine if we interchange these things?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
So if you're passing the names, the order doesn't matters.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's see this. Combine aggregation, merging, and filters to get useful analytics. Okay. So calculate the average ratings on the movie ID. See this. Sadly यूजर आईडी नहीं होना चाहिए, ये हम ऑलरेडी कर चुके हैं, राइट? Okay. But I want to do it again, and now so I don't want user ID over here, so I can delete this user ID. So I have this now. Now in the movies data frame, see this. In the movies data frame, I have this, right? Along with this, I also want to have a column of average ratings. So दोनों को join कर दो quickly. Join these two columns, these two data frames, average ratings and this movies. So that by looking at one table, I can see, okay, what is the average rating of that movie? The way we see in IMDb and all, right? Do this now. So save it in box office, and after this, only show me those movies which have ratings more the average ratings of 4 or more.
कौन सा कॉलम डिलीट करना है अभी? यूजर
यूजर आईडी नहीं चाहिए था, हाँ. तो या तो ऐसे कर लो या यहाँ पहले ही आप मत पास करो उसको. मैंने पूरा पास कर दिया इसलिए मुझे डिलीट करना पड़ रहा है, अदरवाइज यू कैन सिंपली डू इट लाइक दिस. मूवी अरे मूवी आईडी कॉमा rating. Oops, I don't have to do this now. Yeah, see this. Okay, now you can simply merge the two using this. Movies.merge average ratings on movie ID. How is in a
हिमांशु थोड़ा ऊपर से कोड दिखा।
I'll just be back in a moment. Yes. हो गया प्रणाली ये?
नहीं, एरर आया, पता नहीं क्यों। एक मिनट देखती हूँ। अगर तो मूवी आईडी है, रेटिंग खोला उसमें।
हिमांशु
Yes.
जब भी वो मीन निकाल रहा हूँ ना उस वक्त आई एम गेटिंग दिस लिस्ट ऑब्जेक्ट हैज नो एट्रिब्यूट ग्रुप बाय करके।
तो आपका लिस्ट क्यों है? आपका डेटा फ्रेम होना चाहिए।
पता नहीं
कोड पिंग करो।
हिमांशु सर
यस।
थोड़ा सा स्क्रॉल अप कीजिए। स्क्रॉल अप, मूवीज डॉट मस्ट।
अक्षय आपने गलती बताई क्या की? देखो आप गलती क्या करी बताओ। कहाँ है कोड? कोड का कोड पिंग किया क्या अक्षय?
हाँ हाँ
आपने लिस्ट पे ग्रुप बाय लगा दिया है। मूवीज कहाँ है? यू हैव टू सबसेट द मूवीज फर्स्ट। ये देखो ऐसे। सो रेटिंग को सबसेट कर रहे हैं हम, राइट? इससे
अच्छा अच्छा
यू डोंट
सबसेट
हैव
तो
अ
नहीं कर
मूविंग।
रहा हूँ।
आपने कुछ किया नहीं वहाँ पे। हाँ, ये चीज नहीं है आपका। ये सब देख लीजिए जितेंद्र। हाँ,
Sir, I am getting error in merging. I am not able to समझ नहीं आ रहा है कहाँ गलती करूँ।
कोड पिंग करिए।
Yeah.
नहीं, किस पे एरर आ रहा है? आपने कोड पिंग नहीं किया मेरे को? अच्छा, अभी किया क्या? ये न्यू मूवीज वाला?
हाँ,
एवरेज रेटिंग हाउ इज इनर ऑन इज मूवी आईडी। ठीक है, ये तो ठीक है आपका। एवरेज रेटिंग का कोड क्या है? रेटिंग्स डॉट ग्रुप बाय मूवी आईडी। मीन, ये भी ठीक है।
एरर
एवरेज
क्या
आपका
रहेगा तो
एवरेज
क्या?
रेटिंग ठीक बन के आपका एवरेज रेटिंग।
हाँ,
फिर इसमें
इसलिए
एरर पिंग
वो
करो।
देखा हमने। एरर तो बहुत बड़ा है, तो लास्ट में
लास्ट
आ रहा है की एरर मूवी,
की एरर।
मूवी आईडी।
तो मूवी आईडी का आई कैपिटल लिखा ना आपने।
Even I am also getting the same error, like key error movie ID.
ये कैसे हो रहा है यार? मूवीज डॉट मर्ज एवरेज रेटिंग्स ठीक है ऑन मूवी आईडी हाउ इनर। प्रणाली मूवीज डॉट आपका जो मूवीज डेटा फ्रेम है उसके कॉलम्स का नाम चेक करो एक बार, क्या क्या है उसमें।
1 मिनट।
Movies में क्या?
हाँ, मूवी आईडी है ना उसमें,
मूवी,
चेक कर लो।
हाँ मूवी आईडी टाइटल एंड जेनर।
सो मूवी आईडी एज इट इज वैसे ही लिखा है ना आपने।
यस।
नहीं, फिर तो एरर नहीं आना चाहिए। मूवीज डॉट मर्ज एवरेज रेटिंग। एवरेज रेटिंग में क्या क्या ये बताओ एक बार, उसकी कॉलम्स प्रिंट
एवरेज
करो।
रेटिंग, उसमें मूवी आईडी और रेटिंग है।
चेक कर लिया।
हाँ चेक कर लिया, देखा मैंने, उसका भी मूवी आईडी कहाँ है, कैपिटल है।
तो हाउ
स्पेलिंग
इनर
में चेक।
ऑन मूवी आईडी, ये तो फिर तो बिल्कुल ठीक है। मूवी आईडी, एक सेकेंड। मूवीज डॉट मर्ज एवरेज रेटिंग्स ठीक है। हाउ इज इनर ऑन। नहीं, गलती कोड में तो कुछ गलती नहीं है ऐसे सच। वेट, आई विल मेक यू द प्रेजेंटर। आराम से आराम से, हाँ ये प्रिंट करो एक बार।
ये प्रिंट किया।
हाँ ठीक है।
ये
हाँ,
देन न्यू मूवी, मूवीज मर्ज एवरेज रेटिंग, और ये जब प्रिंट मतलब इसको एग्जीक्यूट कर रहे हैं तब ये एरर आ रहा है।
स्क्रॉल डाउन करो। की एरर मूवी आईडी नीचे ड्यूरिंग हैंडलिंग। की एरर का मतलब तो यही होता है कि की अब की वो नहीं है, बट मूवी आईडी तो दोनों में है अपना। मूवी
यहाँ
आईडी
पे
है।
मूवी आईडी।
हाँ, एक मैं आपको दो कोड देता हूँ, उसको रन करो एक बार।
चलेगा।
हाँ प्रणाली, आपका रेटिंग्स में मूवी आईडी इंडेक्स तो नहीं बन गया ना?
ये कैसे समझ में आएगा, इंडेक्स प्रिंट करके देखेंगे।
मतलब हाँ रो नेम्स में तो नहीं चला गया वो, देखो। वेट, मैं आपको स्क्रीन दिखाता हूँ। हाँ दिखाओ एक बार, आपका कहाँ है। हाँ इसको करो। हाँ वही हो रहा
एवरेज
लगता है।
रेटिंग।
हाँ इंडेक्स प्रिंट करो। नहीं ब्रो, वो फंक्शन कॉल नहीं है।
हाँ हाँ।
हाँ वही हुआ,
नहीं।
मूवी आईडी हो गया, देखो ना, नेम मूवी आईडी है, वही है। हाँ, ग्रुप बाय में ना प्रणाली एक और आर्ग्यूमेंट होता है, एज इंडेक्स कॉमा।
हम्म।
एज इंडेक्स फॉल्स कर दो। शिफ्ट टैब दबाओगे तो आ जाएगा। शिफ्ट टैब दबाओ एक बार।
हाँ वो एज अंडरस्कोर
एज
इंडेक्स।
अंडरस्कोर इंडेक्स, उसको फॉल्स कर दो। तो आई कैपिटल है कि स्मॉल है, एक बार देख लो।
Small
आई
over.
स्मॉल है, वो आई स्मॉल है। अब ठीक है, अब आपका 0 से हो गया ना, अब करो, अब हो जाएगा। तो इसको की नहीं मिल रही थी एवरेज रेटिंग में, मूवी आईडी।
हाँ। करेक्ट, इसीलिए वो नीचे दिख रहा था और रेटिंग्स ऊपर दिख रहे थे क्या?
हाँ राइट राइट, हाँ एग्जैक्टली।
ओके।
वो रो नेम्स में था वो।
एक्चुअली आई ऑब्जर्व दैट, बट
हम्म,
लेटर आई सीन योर स्क्रीन, उधर भी वैसे ही दिख रहा था, तो मुझे लगा शायद ऐसे ही प्रिंट होता है।
देखो इसमें ऐसा, मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ ना, एक सेकंड, ये देखो, आपका ऐसे नहीं हो रहा था ना, आपका इधर हो रहा था और एक ही हो रहा, आपके दो नहीं हो रहे थे।
हाँ हाँ, नहीं, व्हेन वी हैव डन इट अर्लियर ना, ऊपर जब हमने ये किया था ग्रुप बाय वाला,
हाँ हाँ हाँ,
देयर,
उसमें वैसे ही आएगा, उसमें अपना इंडेक्स फॉल्स नहीं किया था ना।
हाँ, तो वहां पे आपका भी वैसे ही दिख रहा था, मूवी आईडी नीचे दिख रहा था,
यस,
रेटिंग ऊपर दिख
यस है
रहा
ना,
था।
हाँ राइट, गुड पॉइंट।
ये देखिए, हाँ।
तो ये बेटर,
तो
ये
आई
सॉर्ट
हैव
हो गया,
ऑब्जर्व
हाँ।
दैट, बट आई थॉट दैट कि ऐसे ही प्रिंट होता है शायद ऐसा।
गुड गुड, ये बेटर हो
हिमांशु, ये
गया।
क्या है इंडेक्स आईडी? मेरा भी एरर आ रहा था लेटर देन
हाँ,
रिमूव, बट व्हाट इज दिस एग्जैक्टली?
नहीं, जो आपने जिससे ग्रुप किया ना, उसको वो इंडेक्स बना रहा है, इट इज ट्रीटिंग एज अ रो नेम्स।
ओके ओके।
वही कह रहा है कि मैं दोनों ग्रुप करके इसको इंडेक्स बना देता हूँ, मीन्स रो विल बी लेबल्ड लाइक दिस नाउ, okay, which we don't want, we want movie id as a column, not as a row name, right? That's why we are doing it like this. That's why you have to pass as index is equal to false. Okay, good. Now after doing this, creating this box office, only print those movies which have a rating of 4 or more. Yes, done.
हाँ,
Okay, now after doing this, you can print the last 5 values. Okay, now out of this box office, I just want only the look at only at the comedy movies. In box office data frame, I just want only the comedy movies. So again, box office genre string dot contains comedy. So I have created a logical vector is comedy. And after this, I want only those movies which have a rating of more than 4. तो ये भी करो, इस हाईली रेटेड भी यूज कर सकते हो वहां पे।
Hello, Himanshu.
Yes.
It is not audible. So,
Sorry.
no, previously it was not audible. That's why it was stopped. Okay. Now it's
You're
okay.
not audible.
Yeah. Is it audible now?
हाँ बोलो.
हेलो. नहीं नहीं, मेरा क्या हुआ कि कुछ आवाज नहीं आ रहा था कि शायद मेरे तरफ से डिस्काउंट में सोच रहा था. Now it's okay.
अच्छा अच्छा ओके. हाईली रेटेड बनाओ और इस कॉमेडी बनाओ, दोनों से सबसेट करो फिर. आई वांट अ कॉमेडी मूवी विच इज रेटेड 4 और मोर. तो वही देखनी है. सो नाउ आई कैन पास इट लाइक दिस, जैसे हमने कल किया था. ये इज कॉमेडी एंड इज हाईली रेटेड. दीज आर द लास्ट 5 मूवीज. Sorry. Done till here?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's do some vectorized string operations. Okay. Now what I want to do is, like, if you look at the genre column of your movie's data frame, we have like this: action, adventure, animation, children, and comedy, which is a string which has a pipe as a separator. Okay. Now I want to split into different columns. Right. So let's see how we can do this. So now what we are going to do is, like, I have this movies genres, and then I'm going to split it with pipe. Okay, and expand is equal to true. I'm saving it in movie journals. Now look at this. So now what it has done, it has created 9 columns. Okay, with adventure, animation. So जो genre है उसमें वहाँ पे लिख दिए, बाकी सब none कर दिए. But it's not like they are mapped. It's not, they are not mapped at all. It's not like adventure के नीचे adventure आएगा, animation के नीचे children आएगा, वैसा नहीं किया है. ओके. इसमें एक फंक्शन और होता है बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग, उससे भी कर सकते हो शायद आप.
सर
यस.
ये स्प्लिट कहाँ से किया? पाइपलाइन दिया हुआ ना इसमें स्प्लिट का.
सॉरी,
स्प्लिट कैसे किया इसने?
देखो मूवी जॉनर्स एक हमारी सीरीज है विद ऑल द स्ट्रिंग्स.
ओके.
उसको हमने स्प्लिट किया विद दिस पाइप ऑपरेटर एंड एक्सपांड इज इक्वल टू ट्रू कर दिया. एक्सपांड फॉल्स
Pipe
करता तो
operator-
एक ही कॉलम में सब आ जाते हैं. हाँ बोलो.
पाइप ऑपरेटर कौन सा था?
पाइप सेपरेटर. सॉरी, ये पाइप सेपरेटर. ये देखो, एक्शन के बाद पाइप है ना, एडवेंचर पाइप, एनिमेशन पाइप, इसको पाइप बोलते हैं.
ओके
ये
ओके ओके ओके.
ओके.
वो ये expand is just false करके एक बार देखिए. Just we want to see how.
ये क्यों कर दिया? ये मैं देखना, तो मूवीज है, इसको तो नहीं करना. उधर देखता हूँ. लिस्ट बना देगा वो एक.
Okay.
So it's a series of different lists like this. ओहो ये there's a very good function here which creates इनके नाम से कॉलम बना देता है, 1 and 0 डाल देता है इसमें. ये सपोर्ट क्यों नहीं कर रहा है इसको? स्लो हो गया काफी. There's a best type at time. Just a second. Too thick, too frame, too dense. That was too sparse. Just give me a moment. सीरीज पे लगेगा ये तो. एनहेंस तो कर दिया इसने इसको, बट इनको मर्ज नहीं किया है अभी. ओके मैं आपको बता दूंगा. There's one more command here. What you can do is like now, say if you remember our movies case study in clustering, what we can do is like I can create each column by these names, by the names of these values, and then can have ones and zeros over here.
Yeah.
याद है प्रणाली को?
हाँ. Yes.
आई थिंक इससे होता है, एक फंक्शन होता है इसमें, आपको देख के बता दूंगा मैं. नहीं ऐसे तो नहीं हो रहा, इधर नन आ गया. ओके लेट्स मूव अहेड.
आ रहा है, एनएन नहीं आता मेरे इसमें.
हाँ ना नहीं आएगा एन के लिए तो, अगर मैं इसको वो करूंगा तो आएगा, स्पार्स करूंगा तो आ जाएगा वो.
ओके.
ठीक है लेट्स मूव अहेड नाउ. Yes.
Manchu, could you just explain once again what we did in those codes, those lines?
Okay, we have done nothing. We have just splitted our genres and created new columns.
Yeah, in the file we had pipe.
You see this? In the genres column, we have this pipe separated,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
So we splitted this string.
Yeah, okay.
So you don't have to write a loop or something. You can simply apply on PD series. This is Pandas series, right? One column, genres.
Mhm.
And then I did str split by this, and expand is equal to true will keep on creating new columns.
Yeah.
I guess this is what we
Name
have done
tag
here.
and name columns has 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and all.
Yes. Okay. Now what we are trying to do now is, now I want you to create one more column comedy. Okay. And add a new column for comedy genre flag. Means if it is comedy, pass a true, else it is false. Create a column quickly. If it is comedy, it will give a true, else it should give a false. And it should be in the movie underscore genres only. Yes. Yeah, done.
Yes.
Get this right. Okay. Now किसी को regex आता है क्या regular expressions? प्रणाली.
इतना नहीं आता है बट बहुत नहीं ज्यादा नहीं.
Okay, so now if you look into the movies data frame.
Sir, एक मिनट हाँ. Earlier question was we have to select the movies which are having comedy और उसको 1 करना था तो वो कहाँ हुआ अभी?
1 नहीं करना था, true false करना था.
वो true false भी नहीं हुआ ना?
लो ना ये. इससे मत करना. You don't need these columns. पहले से ही हो जाएगा वो तो सीधा. है ना?
Need to merge ना? Merge
Why?
करना पड़ेगा.
नहीं ना, एक कॉलम बना दो नया.
अच्छा.
But जब when we execute this line 52, it's giving true, only true and false. No?
like this, right?
It's not giving the previous one, the columns. It's
ये तो
movies
आपने
and
कहाँ पे
all.
सेव किया? आपने मूवी इंडस्ट्री को जॉनर्स में किया है क्या?
हाँ.
ये फिर तो देना चाहिए. It should show that. Okay, let's move ahead quickly. Now what you have to do is, so if you see here in the title column we have Toy Story in 1995. Sorry, the year. Now I want to extract the year from this title. How to do that? Yes. Any idea? How to
रेगुलर
extract?
एक्सप्रेशन
Sorry.
रेगुलर एक्सप्रेशन बोल रहे हैं, स्टार फर्स्ट के देखे.
Right. So you know how to read this?
नो प्रॉब्लम.
Before circular bracket, you can have any number of characters. Then something inside, inside the curly circular braces, and then after that also we can have any number of characters.
See this. So, okay. So to understand this, you can read this page. I'll just quickly go through it. Okay. Sorry. These are the characters that we usually use for regex, like this $, star, plus, dot, and all this stuff. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of dot?
Fixed number of character, I think so.
I think dot is like wild card. Anything can be there.
And any number of characters.
Yes. I'll just show it where it's written here. Yes. These sequences can be including the final meta character in this section is dot. It matches anything except a new line character. And there is an alternative mode re.dot.all, which is where it will match even a new line. So if there is anything which I don't bother about, I just pass a dot over there. Okay. What is star for?
One or more characters extra.
Sorry.
One or more character for star.
One
Zero
or
or more character.
Okay. So now let's see this. कहाँ गया वो? Yeah. See this now. So dot star is match anything before this bracket. So slash is to separate two things. Backslash. So now it will search for the brackets, right? Now within the brackets also I can have anything dot star. प्रणाली इस अंदर वाले ब्रैकेट का क्या यूज है?
सर अंदर वाला ब्रैकेट हम मैप कर रहे हैं, मतलब वो देख रहे हैं
इसके साथ.
हाँ. अब उस मतलब अब हमको जो रिटर्न होगा वो ब्रैकेट के साथ रिटर्न होगा.
ओके. बाहर वाला कैसे लिए फिर ये?
तो ये अभी कैसे कर रहे हैं हम? बाहर वाला और एक अंदर वाला. तो अंदर वाले में हम ब्रैकेट के साथ स्ट्रिंग ले रहे हैं.
ओके.
फर्स्ट इनर साइड है कि ब्रैकेट के अंदर यू कैन हैव एनीथिंग नंबर
Right.
कैरेक्टर जो भी है,
Right.
एंड उसके साथ आपने कहा ना ब्लैक स्लैश इज फॉर कॉन्केटिनेटिंग बेसिकली,
Right.
तो उसके साथ आपका आप ये भी कॉन्केटिनेट कर रहे हैं कि यू कैन हैव दैट आउटर ब्रैकेट्स आल्सो।
Okay.
इस
So
तरह से रन कीजिए तो आपको ब्रैकेट्स के अंदर की टाइट ईयर्स दिखेंगे, सिर्फ 1995 नहीं दिखेगा, ब्रैकेट के अंदर 1995 दिखेगा।
see this. नहीं ऐसे आ रहा है ये,
ऐसे ही दिख रहा है।
ब्रैकेट्स नहीं आ रहे। So basically डॉट
ब्रैकेट्स
स्टार
में
तो अपना वो हो गया कि anything, then we search for this brackets. Bracket within brackets you can have anything. Okay. So we have this bracket, then anything, and then backslash again on the bracket. After this bracket you can also have anything. Oops, ये change हो गया क्या? Yes. So now we have created, so this is regex. The best thing, you can just go through this page, it will help you on this. Okay, now what to do? So now we have this year separated. Okay. So for other methods you can go through this text string method, ये आपकी pandas की documentation में है. Okay. Now let's see how we can parse some timestamps also. So as of now, timestamp was just a number of seconds from this time, January 1, 1970. Okay. Now if I want to parse it as a date and a time like this, how to do that? So I will be reading the file again because I would remove the sorry, we removed the timestamp earlier, so I'm reading it again. See this now. So as of now, timestamp is just an integer, which I don't want. Sorry. So that's my data as of now. Now you can look at the help of PD to date time. Converts an argument to date time. Okay. Now let's see how to do it. So I'm creating a new column called past time, and I'm converting my timestamp to PD to date time. And I'm putting unit as second because this is the number of seconds from 1970. Okay, and now see this. Now if I execute the I have this timestamp now in a proper format. It's 29th of January 2006, 12:29:30. Now if you look at this temp, it shows emit and it is some data type for timestamps.
How did we get back the timestamp column again?
I read it
From
again.
here.
I read it again.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this, you should remember this PD to date time for all those operations. There can be many others also. Okay. Now the benefit of this is you can simply select rows on the basis of timestamps now. So if I want anything after 1st of February 2015, I can simply pass like this. Do this greater than T.
Just scroll up. 8 minutes.
Hmm.
That timestamp. Okay. हाँ done.
यूनिट टेस्ट वो सेकंड्स पे कन्वर्ट करता है क्या?
Sorry, ये
व्हाट डज दैट यूनिट टेस्ट?
no, जो हमारा existing जो timestamp था ना, it was the number of seconds from UTC
Yeah, yeah.
January 1, 1970.
Correct.
So that's why we have to pass as a second. Now do this quickly. वो आपने regex वाला कोड लिख लिया था? नहीं किया? भेज दूं ये? पिंग कर देता हूँ.
हाँ भी.
Yes. Now do this quickly.
वो अभी रेगेक्स वाला किया तो एरर आएगा क्या? की एरर करके आ रहा है.
एरर आ रहा है किसमें?
The code is just no you ping now.
एक सेकेंड. नहीं, क्यों आएगा एरर? नहीं आना चाहिए. ये तो मूवीज डेटा फ्रेम पे, कभी आप टैक्स पे काम कर रहे हो. मूवीज पे तो आ ही जाएगा, चल जाएगा ये.
Sir, I am also getting error. वो कह रहा है कि wrong number of arguments pass.
Items passed there 2 placement implies 1 करके आ रहा है.
Correct. Same.
एक सेकेंड, कुछ सिंटेक्स गलत हो गया क्या उसका? अरे ये ब्रैकेट बंद नहीं है उसमें. ये तो बंद है.
वो बंद है.
ये स्लैश हो गया, ठीक है.
आ रहा है नहीं सर, आ रहे सर कॉपी
सॉरी,
करते समय
नहीं चल रहा है ये
सर।
क्या?
नहीं नहीं, कॉपी करके जो स्क्रीन मिला है ना हमें,
हाँ हाँ,
सर नहीं आए।
सॉरी क्या नहीं आया उसमें?
स्टार स्टार और बैक स्लैश नहीं आया।
मेरे को तो दिखा रहा है, अच्छा वहाँ नहीं आया क्या?
हाँ, जब आपने कॉपी करके स्क्रीन दिया है ना,
हाँ
उसमें
हाँ,
नहीं आया,
फिर
या
से
इसमें नहीं
भेजता
आया।
हूँ, अब चेक करो, नहीं आया अभी भी?
अभी भी नहीं आया, वो निकाल रहा है वो,
अच्छा ओके,
5 मिनट भी निकाल देता है वो।
लिख लो इसको फिर।
वो क्या रहा।
Okay, now do this quickly. I can also sort the table using the timestamps. So I want to increase it as per the timestamp. So simply tags dot sort underscore values by past time ascending is true and just print the first 10 values. Do this now. लेटेस्ट मूवीज देखते हैं कौन सी हैं इसमें। 16 अक्टूबर तक की मूवीज हैं इसमें। Okay, now do this. Average movie ratings over time. Now what we want to see is, are movie ratings related to the year of launch? Okay. कैसे करेंगे इसको? In the movies dataset now I have years column also. Right? Now for every year get me the average ratings. Okay. So first of all what you have to do, you have to club the movies and ratings on the basis of movie ID. Because we don't have year in ratings. Right?
अभी हमने जो ईयर एक्सट्रैक्ट किया है वो नहीं यूज करेंगे।
हाँ वही करेंगे ना, बट वो मूवीज में रेटिंग्स में नहीं है ना।
ओके, सो वी विल मर्ज इट फर्स्ट।
हाँ, यस, यू हैव टू मर्ज इट फर्स्ट, एग्जैक्टली।
करें क्या, करके देखेंगे सर हम पहले।
हाँ करो करो।
In line number 32, you have merged it, right?
यस।
ऊपर वाले लाइन पे क्या क्या है?
पहले मैंने मीन रेटिंग निकाला है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ
अच्छा,
मूवी आईडी, मींस एक मूवी का एवरेज रेटिंग क्या है वो तो करना ही पड़ेगा। उसके बाद फिर ईयरली रेटिंग एवरेज किया है। प्रणाली पहले मीन पहले मर्ज करने से पहले एवरेज रेटिंग निकाल लो फॉर ईच मूवी, उसे निकाल चुके पहले अपन एवरेज रेटिंग्स करके।
हाँ, हमने निकाला हुआ है वो।
हाँ तो उसको मर्ज कर लो बस मूवीज से फिर।
हाँ बस।
And then you can group by year and then again calculate the mean of ratings. Yep, done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So now this is what you should get. Error. A second. I think I have not created this. Movies merge average rating. One idea. This is correct now. See this now. So as of now, this is not merged on the basis of timestamp, right? On the basis of year, sorry. अब इसको year के basis पे भी करना है merge अभी. Sorry, group करना है. कैसे करोगे? Yearly averages joined, year rating group by year.
ये किया.
किया ये भी?
हाँ ये किया, but मुझे एरर आया.
देखो.
I have actually have calculated mean, but मुझे एरर दिया उसने.
Sorry, come again on this line.
Yeah, I have done the same thing,
हम्म.
but I got an error because पता नहीं. एक मिनट, ये इसलिए double bracket है.
Okay. Now do this quickly. Akshay, getting this? Samir, Jitendra.
Yeah. Getting.
Why have to group according to rating also here?
No, ratings की नहीं किया. Year से किया बस.
Year और rating भी सबसेट किया ना?
Rating print किया
Joined.
बस.
अच्छा हाँ.
Means I want to see the year and the rating, right? बाकी चीज नहीं चाहिए. मूवी आईडी चाहो तो मूवी आईडी भी ला सकते हो आप यहाँ पे. मूवी आईडी का सेंस नहीं बनेगा अब, because we have clubbed as per the year. So for 1902, the average rating of all the movies was 4.33. 1915 it was 3. 1916 it was 3.5, and so on and so forth, right? Now I want to plot this also as a scatter plot. So do this now. I am plotting for the last 20 years, means the recent 20 years.
Hello.
Yes.
सर नेट टू प्लॉट लिब इंपोर्ट करने की नीड है?
नहीं, अभी जरूरत नहीं है. ये मैजिक कमांड है, इसे प्लॉट ये डिस्प्ले के लिए है, बाकी डायरेक्टली हो जाएगा ये. हाँ. So now you can see this 98, 2003, 2007, 12 and so on. So you can see this. I think we should use some more data. Let's try with 50. Yeah. So now you can see that this is an exception. पूरा ही plot कर लेंगे. देखते हैं पूरा कैसे दिखता है. Oops. So this looks like a time series, perfect time series. See this. Now this here looks like an exception here, which is really less. This might be because कि हमारा इस movies बहुत कम होंगी उसमें. Overall, and these are like some peak years. Right? But you can also see a trend of decreasing, right? Means the average ratings are decreasing over the years. Now do this quickly. Plot this. So here so plot say default is scatter. Otherwise you can pass the kind argument if you want to create a histogram of it or a bar chart or anything. And then you have years, X is year, Y is rating, fixed size is the size of the grid, and then grid is equal to true will give you this grid.
Once you want to plot a histogram, so what are the parameters you need to pass?
No, histogram you cannot plot. Histogram should be only for one variable.
Okay, but my question, what are the parameters to pass? Suppose you want to.
No, you can simply, instead of plot, you can use hist here.
Which is similar to R only.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So instead of plot, it will be hist over there.
Got it. And for bar plot, bar chart?
It should be plot dot bar. Yeah, inside kind is equal to bar you can pass as an argument.
वो inside, okay. As an argument, kind equal to bar.
Kind is equal to bar. वो भी सब करेंगे अभी तो समझ में आएगा आपको.
ठीक. Yeah, time series data just looks like time series data.
Come again?
ये टाइम सीरीज डाटा जैसे दिख रहा है, just looks like time
हाँ, like
series
time
data.
series, exactly. So actually time series only, na? You have time on the x-axis, the ratings on the y. So time series like this only, which has a trend. Okay, is it clear?
Himanshu,
Yes.
I'm not getting this plot. I'm having to do the code. I don't know where I'm getting this error. Positional argument follows keyword argument करके आ रहा है यार.
Sorry, come again.
Positional argument follows keyword argument करके I'm getting this error. I think that could have
Okay, just
executed the
hold
same
on.
thing.
The code yearly average dot plot x year. ये सब तो ठीक है. Fixed size 15, 10, that's perfectly fine. नहीं, कोड में तो कुछ गलती नहीं. एरर पिंग करो. Positional argument follows keyword argument. आपने सबके नाम पास किए ना, ईयर, वाई, रेटिंग. ये फिक्स साइज इज इक्वल टू आएगा, फंक्शन नहीं है ये,
अच्छा अच्छा.
है ना. इसे टपल 15x10 ग्रिड प्रिंट करिए आपने. ओके.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it's asking the question, do some years look better for the box office movies than the others? Do some year look better for the box office movies other than others? So you just look at this, somewhere in between 902 and let's say 920. What was the average rating? Or you can just simply pass describe on this. Sorry. The minimum is 2.5. सिक्स कौन सा है? नाइनटीन ट्वेंटी. Okay, just count the movies in 1920. These are the 3 movies only. So the minimum rating is 2.5 for the year 1920, and for this we have only 3 movies. Okay, and these might not be good movies, that's why the average is less. So you can do whatever analysis you want using this pandas. So like similar to that, we have seen so many data frame operations in R. Similarly, here you have pandas for dealing with data frames. NumPy for arrays. Okay, and then we have list and all for the basic Python. So as a data scientist, you will be working mostly with pandas and NumPy. Plus, of course, for plotting, you might be using matplotlib. Okay. Any doubts so far? Yes, Pranali, Akshay, Samir.
No, not now. But do we have some other case study also to practice for practice?
For practice, yes, you
It is
can.
it is there.
I will put that. एक तो R वाली है, इंटरनेट प्राइवेसी पोल वाली कर सकते हो आप.
Mhm.
इसका
Okay.
So it
assignment होगा.
इसका असाइनमेंट में डाल दूंगा.
So those are case studies or those are just multiple sets of question like
No,
in
I'll put a
NumPy
case
and
study only. Case study.
that will be good.
Yeah.
हाँ केस स्टडी डाल के वो ऐसे क्वेश्चंस डाल देना तो हम ऐसे सॉल्व करके रखेंगे उसको.
ठीक है. बाकी असाइनमेंट कर ली पहले वाले.
हाँ
हिमांशु
चल
है?
रहे हैं.
यस जितेंद्र.
हिमांशु, इसमें प्रोजेक्ट किस टाइप के होते हैं, कैसे प्रोजेक्ट?
इसमें प्रोजेक्ट आपका मतलब पांडास पूछ रहे हो कि डेटा साइंस पूछ रहे हो सच?
डेटा साइंटिस्ट.
डेटा साइंस में ऐसा रहेगा कि आपको कोई भी बिजनेस ऑब्जेक्टिव होगा.
ओके,
है ना.
लाइक ये मूवी का ही था.
हाँ हाँ
मूवी का डेटा इस पे करना है.
हाँ. इस पे जैसे
यही
रिकमेंडेशन
काइंड ऑफ.
सिस्टम्स, इस पे रिकमेंडेशन सिस्टम्स बनते हैं आपके.
ओके,
मीन्स
अभी
जैसे.
हम एनालिसिस कर रहे
हाँ अभी तो बेसिक एनालिसिस किया राइट. आगे जाके इस पे
हैं.
आप क्लस्टरिंग लगा के आप रिकमेंडेशन सिस्टम बना सकते हो कि एक यूजर आता है,
ओके
उसको उसने एक मूवी देखी तो उसके करस्पॉन्डिंग कौन सी सिमिलर मूवीज हैं दैट वी कैन सजेस्ट हिम.
ओके
ओके. या.
ओके,
So
दिस
depending on the business objective, you can do so many things.
एंड इन मशीन लर्निंग.
So that is a part of machine learning only. So
ओके
how will you do clustering? That will study in machine learning.
ओके
Okay.
ओके ओके सर.
ठीक है. So this was just basic analysis जो अभी तक यूजली होता है इंडस्ट्री में. कोई ट्रेंड बनाना या प्लॉटिंग करना या फिर बेसिक डिस्क्रिप्टिव स्टैट्स करना जो हम अभी तक कर रहे थे. Okay, later on we'll see how to do ML also in this. Fine. Okay, now we are going to start matplotlib. Let's break for 10 minutes and then we'll start. Okay, thank you. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, shall we start?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So before we start coding on Matplotlib, okay, let's go to the architecture of Matplotlib. Okay, I'll be teaching you this with the help of a website. Where is that? ATOS. Sorry. Yes. See this now. So Matplotlib was created by John Hunter. Okay, and let's understand how Matplotlib works. Okay. Now Matplotlib architecture is divided into three layers: the backend layer, the artist layer, and the scripting layer. Backend layer, artist layer, and scripting layer. Okay. Now let's understand what all these three are. This is the top level Matplotlib object that contains and manages all of the elements in a graphic is called the figure. Okay. So the top level Matplotlib object that contains and manages all of the elements is called the figure. One of the core architectural tasks Matplotlib must solve is implementing a framework for representing and manipulating the figure. That is segregated from the act of rendering the figure to a user interface or hard copy. This enables us to build increasingly sophisticated features and logic into the figure. So figure is the basic layer of your Matplotlib architecture. You can call it as the backend layer also. Okay. So it's like this. If I explain you in simple language, let me use the pen tab quickly. So how do we create a plot? Okay. So first of all, what you have to do, you have to create a, let's say, some area where you want to plot, right? This I can call as figure. Now, either so you want to display the figure on your editor or you want to save it as a hard copy image JPG file. So for that we have a backend which enables us to do this. Now after creating this figure, we have to create an axis, right, on which we do the plotting. And within this axis we create a plot. Let's say I have to create a pie chart. So I have a figure, then I have an axis, and then I have the plot. Okay. So and we usually interact with these two layers. Now let's see how to do this. Okay. So I was reading this. This enables us to build increasingly sophisticated features and logic into the figures, while keeping the backends or output devices relatively simple. Matplotlib encapsulates not just the drawing interfaces to allow rendering to multiple devices, but also the basic event handling and windowing of most popular user interface toolkits. Because of this, user can create fairly rich interactive graphs and toolkits incorporating mouse and keyboard input that can be plugged without modification into the 6 user interface toolkits we support. अब यहाँ से समझते हैं. The architecture to accomplish this is logically separated into 3 layers, which can be used as a stack. Stack means one is like 3 layers, one after the other. Each layer that sits above another layer knows how to talk to the layer below it. But the lower layer is not aware about the layers above it. ये लाइन समझना. Each layer that sits above another layer knows how to talk to the layer below it, but the lower layer is not aware of the layers above it. The 3 layers from the bottom to top are backend, artist, and scripting. Now let's start with the backend layer. At the bottom of the stack is the backend layer, which provides concrete implementation of the abstract interface classes. So here we have a class called figure canvas, which encapsulates the concept of a surface to draw onto, say for example the paper. Then we have a class called render that does the drawing, example like the paintbrush. And then we have a class called event that handles user inputs, for example keyboards and mouse events. Now it says for a user interface toolkit such as Qt, the figure canvas has a concrete implementation which knows how to insert itself into the native Qt window. So Qt is like a GUI for Python, to create GUIs for Python. Okay, so now figure canvas will be like, so in the Qt we can draw this, our fig plots. So it will insert itself into the native Qt window and then transfer the matplotlib renderer commands onto the canvas qtgui.qpainter. Now this class will do the drawing part and translate native Qt events in the matplot event framework, which signals the callback dispatcher to generate the events so upstream listeners can handle them. Okay. The abstract base classes reside in matplotlib backend bases, and all of the derived classes live in the dedicated modules like backends.backend underscore qt4ag. ये सब समझने की इतनी जरूरत नहीं है, बता दूंगा आपको क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है इसमें. For a pure image backend dedicated to producing hard copy output like PDF, PNG, SVG, or PS, the figure canvas implementation might simply set up a file-like object into which the default headers, fonts, microfunctions are defined, as well as the individual objects like line, text, rectangle, etc. that the renderer creates. So canvas is like a area on which we can plot. Now the job of the renderer is to provide a low level drawing interface for putting ink to the canvas. So low level interfaces are those in which it's not very easy to code. As mentioned above, the original matplotlib application was matplotlib was actually created as a ECG viewer in the field of healthcare. Okay, into a GTK plus application. This is again a toolkit for Python, and much of the original design was inspired by this API available at that time. Now this renderer has different class objects like draw point, draw line, draw rectangle, draw image, draw polygon, and draw glyphs. So actually you can create plot using this only, but this is a low level API, so it might be not very easy to code on this. Okay, now let's do some slide coding to understand this even better. Where is that gone? So create a new file called matplotlib and start coding.
Himanshu,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt. Could you just explain that figure which you have drawn in the notes once again? I
Sure.
joined a little late.
So while plotting, there are three layers in matplotlib. One is called the backend. There's the artist layer
Matplotlib is a
library
library. Okay.
in Python that is used for doing all the plotting.
Okay.
Okay. So we have this backend layer, we have this artist layer, and we have this scripting layer. Okay, so backend layer is responsible for creating the graphs or creating a hard copy images. Then axis will define your grid and all, where with the area where I have to plot. And the scripting layer will be used for passing on the data to plotting.
Okay.
So our major interaction will be with scripting layer only. Well, some interaction will be with the artist layer also, but very less interaction with the last layer.
Background layer. Okay.
Exactly. Okay. Now we now, as of now we have not imported it. It says you can show matplotlib figures directly into the notebook by using %matplotlib notebook and %matplotlib inline magic commands. Notebook is more interactive, inline is not very interactive. Inline we have done earlier also. Right. Now execute this. Okay. So once I do some plotting, it will create an interactive plot. I will show you that. Now I'm importing matplotlib as MPL and I'm looking at the backend that I have here. Okay. So it's using NBAG. That's the name of the backend that we'll be using here. There are a lot of other
So
backends. Sorry.
you're passing what is notebook here?
Come again.
नोटबुक क्या है यहाँ पे अपने मैटप्लॉटलिब नोटबुक लिखेंगे नोटबुक क्या है ये
Notebook
Yeah, this one.
is for creating interactive. It will create an interactive environment here in Jupyter Notebook जब हम plot बनाएंगे.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see this. ऐसा करके आएगा आपका.
Okay, it's like this. In Jupyter Notebook. Got it.
Yes. Yes, Pranali.
What is the difference between that percentage matplotlib अभी तक बता
This one and this one.
matplotlib line
Come again, Pranali. फिर repeat. Please repeat.
percentage matplotlib inline हम कर रहे थे अभी तक.
Right. So
Okay,
notebook. Yes. So now we are doing notebook. That's what you're asking.
And then what is the difference between this and import matplotlib?
So this any command which starts with a percentage is called some magic command in Python, in Jupyter. So these are other some set of inbuilt commands that we use for some quick procedures. So matplotlib notebook will create some. Now see this. If I do this plotting, देखना यहाँ पे. Sorry. See this. Now I have an interactive environment where I can give input through mouse also.
Okay.
See this. ये आपको दिख रहा है राइट सब कोऑर्डिनेट्स दिख रहे हैं यहाँ पे माउस मूव कर रहा हूँ तो okay. ये चीज अगर मैं इनलाइन करता तो ये सब इंटरेक्टिव नहीं आता है वो
नहीं आता है. ओके. सो अब हम इनलाइन करके भी प्लॉट कर सकते थे तो यहाँ पे हमने फिर एक्सप्लिसिटली व्हाई वी हैव इंपोर्टेड दैट पैकेज
नहीं तो
मैटप्लॉटलिब
इससे आपसे प्लॉट कर सकते बट आप फंक्शंस कैसे लिखोगे उस पे दिस इज ओनली टू रेंडर इट ये आपका बैकएंड है इज ओनली फॉर रेंडरिंग द इमेज बट हाउ विल यू क्रिएट स्क्रिप्ट्स ऑन इट उसके लिए आपको एमबीए चाहिए पीएलटी
स्क्रिप्ट लेयर के लिए
ये भी आपको समझाता हूँ मैं इतना कर लो अभी ओके एमपीएल डॉट करके देख लो क्या क्या फंक्शंस हैं उसमें ये कंप्लीट क्यों नहीं करा बहुत स्लो हो गया है ये see this
Hello.
yes
Hello.
yes
Yes, sir. I'm getting error. Percentage
notebook
1% magic plot lip. Yeah.
कोड पिंग करो. नोटबुक की स्पेलिंग गलत है.
ओहो सॉरी.
ओके.
ओके.
Now anything I do with this MPL is on the backend layer. It's not printing it. Yes, so we have these many backends available. Okay. PDF for creating PDF graphs directly for Mac OS, for PostScript files. So we are, this is the default NBAGG which we use. Okay, there are
One
so
question,
many.
Himanshu. हम लोग any kind of file we can generate like a PDF or a APG. Can we export this file to some our local machine or certain
Yes, yes,
environment?
of course, yes.
And one thing, if you don't put a matplotlib notebook or inline and try to import the matplotlib and try to give this a get backend, what whether it will generate the graph or not?
It will not show you the graph. See, if you don't run
But
this, you won't see any graph on the Jupyter notebook.
so where it will display?
It won't display anywhere. Okay. Now let's come back. So this is the backend that we are using. Now let's come back to the theory again. Okay. So now the matplotlib inline or the matplotlib notebook is the renderer here, which is allowing us to render that image. Okay. Now what we are going to do now is see this. Then in the matplot we have also some event class which framework maps underlying UI events like key press event or mouse motion events to the matplot classes key event or mouse event. Users can connect to these events to call by functions and interact with their figure and data. So for example, you have to create a map or some graph on which from which you have to take user input also. Means if a user clicks on it, you want to execute some function. So that can be done using this key event or mouse events. But we'll have high level APIs for this also, so we don't interact with this directly. Okay. So let me run this code just for showing you this. NumPy plt created a function. See this. So what I'm doing here, I'll just explain you this quickly. So now this is importing this. I have created a function called onPress event. Now if event.inAccess is none, return. For line in event dot in axis dot lines, if the event key is t, visible is equal to line dot get visible. Okay, the default is not visible. Now this is the function. Now look at this fig comma x. So now I'm creating a subplot. Okay, and this is again the backend canvas dot mpl connect key press event on press. Now just press T over here. See this. It is toggling. T से toggle हो रहा है वो. Okay. So for such kind of interactions we can use matplotlib also. So what we will not be doing this, we will be doing mostly for data science only. Okay. Yeah. Now this code is pretty much difficult to write, so we can write this code also with a high level API also, which we'll see later on. The abstraction of the underlying UI toolkit's event framework allows both matplotlib developers and end users to write UI event handling code in a write once run everywhere fashion. For example, the interactive panning and zooming of matplotlib figures that works across all user interface toolkits implemented in the matplotlib event framework. So now in this case, you can also उसको कोड हटा दिया क्या मैंने? Okay, leave it now. छोड़ दो उसको, जरूरत नहीं है. Yes. So this was all about the backend layer. Backend layer is the primary layer of your matplotlib. Ideally, you can create everything from matplotlib layer only, but we usually don't do that because it's difficult to code on that. Then we have an artist layer. Okay, now this is very interesting. The artist hierarchy is the middle layer of the matplotlib stack, and is the place where much of the heavy lifting happens. Containing the energy that the figure canvas from the backend is the paper. The artist is the object that knows how to take the renderer or the paintbrush and put ink on the canvas. So canvas was a paper, renderer was like a paintbrush, and now I have to plot something. That artist will tell you that. Okay. Everything you see in a matplot figure is an artist instance. Artist instance means it's an instance of that object only. Like the title, the lines, the tick labels, the images, and so on. All correspond to individual artist instances. Okay. The base class is matplotlib.artist.artist, which has all these methods, which contain attributes that every artist shares. The transformation which translates the artist coordinate system to the canvas coordinate system discussed in the visibility, the clip box which defines the region the artist can paint into, the label and the interface to handle user interaction such as speaking. That is detecting when a mouse click happens over the artist. Now see this. So now suppose this is a figure. Okay. So we have this. We have so many things. We have an x-axis, y-axis. We have this title. We have x labels, y labels. We have this curve. Okay. Now see this. इसको ध्यान से देखना. At the back we have this figure 1. This one, which is the paper on which we want to plot. Okay. Then we have this axis which is connected to this figure 2, which is this square grid 2. Okay. Now on this axis we have so many things. We have this plot, we have x label, y labels and all. See this. On this axis we have a line 2D line which is by number 3. So this is again an artist. Okay. Now we have text 4. What is 4 here? That is my title. Then we have a y-axis which is 5. Then we have x-axis, which is 6. These are not the label. This is axis, y-axis, and x-axis. Now each of them is artist in themselves, so they will have sub-elements also. Now y-axis will have two things: y label and y ticks. Y label means the label, that is voltage here, and y ticks means these values 0.5, 1, 0, and so on. Similarly, in x-axis I have x label and x ticks, and x ticks ke andar I have this ticks, and y ticks also have this ticks. So this is a list which has these numbers. Now if you understand this hierarchy, you can easily understand how to access each and every element and change it or create it. Okay, so if I want to change the y label, I have to reach here. So means I have to, from figure I have to go to axis, then I have to go to y axis, and then I have to go with y label. So this graph is very critical. We will come back to this again while we'll start the plotting. The point you have to understand is each and every thing in the graph is an artist instance. Getting this? Pranali, Akshay, Samir,
Yes.
Jitendra. Okay. Now it says the coupling between the artist hierarchy and the backend happens in the draw method. For example, in the mockup class below, where we create some artist with subclasses artist, the essential method that some artist must implement is draw, which is passed a renderer from the backend. Okay, the artist doesn't know what kind of backend the renderer is going to draw onto, like PDF, SVG, etc. But it does knows the render API and will call the appropriate method draw text or draw path. Since the renderer has a point to its canvas and knows how to paint onto it, the draw method transforms the abstract representation of the artist to colors and pixel buffer path in an SVG file or any concrete representation. So when I have to create anything, artist will call those methods of the renderer API, like draw text or draw path. So you have to create some text. Say for example, I have to create Y labels. So artist will call draw text. Now see this. I'm creating a class here called SomeArtist, which takes the argument artist, an example artist that implements the draw method. Function draw, self, and render. This so now it will be asking for the render here. Call the appropriate render methods to paint self onto canvas. Self means the artist. If not, self.getVisible return. Create some objects and use renderer to draw self here. So now within this render we have draw path, and which we have graphics context, path, and transform. So this is of course very abstract, which we usually don't do. So this is how an artist, this is the backend of Matplotlib, you can say. The artist is getting connected to the renderer. Okay. Now there are two types of artists in the hierarchy. One is primitive artists, represent the kind of objects you see in a plot. Primitive, like line, 2D, rectangle, circle, and text. So primitive cannot be further divided. Composite artists are collection of artists such as axis, tick, axis, and figure. So now these axis, tick, axis will have sub-elements also. Each composite artist may contain other composite artists as well as primitive artists. So जैसे यहाँ पे if you see this is a composite artist which has two elements, X label and X ticks. X label is primitive, X ticks is again composite, so which has a further artist. Okay. For example, the figure contains, yes, it says for example the figure contains one or more components, composite axis, and the background of the figure is a primitive rectangle. Okay. Now let's get into this. It says the most important composite art is the axis, which is where most of the Matplotlib API plotting methods are defined. So within this axis object, we have most of the plotting methods. Not only the axis contain most of the graphical elements that make up the background of the plot, like the text, the axis lines, the grid, the patch of the color, which is the plot background. It contains numerous helper methods also that creates primitive artists and add them to the axis instance. For example, table 11.1 shows a small sampling of axis methods that create a plot objects and store them in the axis instance. See this. Now I have axis.im show. It creates one or more images. Axis.hist will create many histograms. And axis.plot will be one or more matplot. It will create 2D lines. Okay. Below is a simple Python script illustrating the architecture above. It defines the backend connects a figure to it. Uses the array library numpy to create 10,000 normally distributed random numbers and plot a histogram of this. Okay. Now see this what we are doing here. Import the figure canvas from the backend of your choice and attach the figure artist to it. From matplotlib.backends. I am using backend underscore agg. Importing this figure canvas agg as figure canvas. So now I have that's the figure. That's the backend that I have created or imported. From matplot.figure import figure, and then this is the instance of this figure. So now what I'm doing is in this figure canvas I will pass this figure and my canvas is ready. So now on this canvas I'm going to do the plotting. Don't worry about the code, just try to understand it. I imported numpy and I created 10,000 normally distributed random numbers. Now use a figure method to create an axis artist. The axis artist is added automatically to the figure container fig.axis. See this now. Now in this figure, that is a figure, I have the function called add underscore subplot, which takes three values like this 1 1 1. It means create a grid with one row and one column and use the first cell in that grid for the location. Suppose I have to create two plots, I will put this at 2 1 1. Means two rows, one column like this. Suppose you have to create two plots like this, right? So I have two rows, right? 1 and 2, and this is one column. So if I have to do something here, I will do 2 1 1. If I have to do something here, I will do 2 1 2. Comma is also not required, 2 1 2. So it will create two subplots. Similarly, if I have like this, I have to create four plots like this. So now I have to create something here. I will pass 2 2 1. Okay. This is, I believe, 2 2 2. This is 2 2 3, and this is 2 2 4. We'll see this while doing the plotting. Okay. Now I have created an axis on which I want to create the plot. So now I am in the artist layer where I have created this axis. Now to plot the histogram, I can simply call ax.histogram x, 100. Okay. 100 means 100 bins I want to use. Now to decorate the figure, I want to create a title. So I have within ax, I also have set underscore title. And eventually I have to save the figure. So fig.save figure, a PNG file will be saved. Okay. So from this, the things you have to understand is this from this AX, the instance I am creating from this FIG. Okay. Now comes the most important part of it, the scripting layer, that is PyPlot. Now the script using the API above works very well. This one, especially for programmers, and is usually the appropriate programming paradigm when writing a web application server, a UI application, or perhaps a script to be shared with other developers. Now he says writing code on the artist layer is good for developers or people who want to create some applications on it, but it's not good for users or data scientists. So for everyday purposes, particularly for interactive exploratory work by bench scientists who are not professional programmers, it is a bit syntactically heavy, and most special purpose languages for data analysis and visualization provide a lighter scripting interface to simplify common tasks. And that's why we have this PyPlot. Okay. Now this is the scripting layer. This sits on the artist layer, artist sits on the backend. Now PyPlot is the only not the only layer that's provided by Matplotlib. There is some paid packages also. Like there is one called Boca, one called Seaborn, one called PyLab. There's one more very famous, Plotly. So these in the third-party packages are all on the scripting layer. So what they do, they simply connect to the artist layer, and so the artist layer and artist connects to the backend. So they have their own API for this scripting layer only. Now doing the same thing that we did here is pretty much simple using the PyPlot. So I imported Matplotlib PyPlot as PLT, NumPy again. I created the NumPy array and simply plt.hist x comma 100, plt.title, plt.savefigure, plt.show, and you get the graph. So very simple lines of code, right? So in PLT have all these methods implemented already. But sometimes we have to play with the artist layer also. Now let's quickly understand this before we start coding. It says PyPlot is a stateful interface that handles much of the boilerplate for creating figures and axes and connecting them to the backend of your choice, and maintains module level internal data structures representing the current figures and axes to which to direct the plotting commands. Let's dissect the important lines in the script to see how this internal state is managed. So first, this we know. When the PyPlot module is loaded, it parses a local configuration file in which the user states, among many other things, their preference for a default backend. This might be a user interface backend like Qt in which case the script above will import the GUI framework and launch a Qt window with the plot embedded. Or it might be a pure image backend like AGG. Okay. So if I use the backend as AGG, I won't get any display. I will get a hard copy output like a JPG file. Now look at this plt.hist. Now this is critical. It says this is the first plotting command in the script pyplot. Pyplot will check its internal data structure to see if there is a current figure instance, means whether there is current figure already existing or not. If so, it will extract the current axis from that figure and direct plot into the axis.hist API call. So if there is already figure existing, it will simply use those figure to do the plotting. In this case, if in this case there is none, so there is no plot as of now, so it will create a figure first of all, means this line, the way we did here. Yeah, fig is equal to figure. Okay. So this is all. So we are not calling it explicitly now. Simply plt.hist will call it at the backend if there is no figure directly existing. Okay. Now plt.title will simply call. So now I have to create the title. As above, PyPlot will look into see if there is a current figure and access. Finding that there is already, it will not create new instances, but will direct the call to the existing access instance method access.setTitle. Now this can have different methods. Here we have plt.title to do the write the title. Here we have set underscore title. So if you are using the artist layer, so you have to use this. If you are using the scripting layer, you have to use this. So ये ध्यान रखना थोड़ा. Now plt.show, this will force the figure to render, and if the user has indicated a default GUI backend in their configuration file, it will start the GUI main loop and raise any figures created to the screen. So plt.show will show you the graph. Okay. I think that would be enough for the theory. Now let's start doing it quickly. I hope you got the idea of like what matplotlib is doing at the backend. Yes, Akshay, Samir,
Yeah, Himanshu, kind of.
Jitendra.
Yes.
Okay. Now
So mostly we'll deal with the artist layer and this PyPlot
mostly
scripting layer.
scripting layer only, yes. So in industry, some people, some companies might be using some paid packages also like Plotly and all. In that case, you will be calling that here.
Some of the things I also this Seaboard, which is also on a part of the Matplot.
Yes, yes, Cborn is here. So instead of PyPlot, you can go for that also. I think Cborn is also free. ये complete क्यों नहीं कर रहा यार? No, I think it's not. You have to install it. It's not installed as of now. So PyLab is also there. PyLab you can use. है क्या Cborn इधर?
हाँ
किधर है Cborn?
नहीं सीवन नहीं पाइपलॉट दिखा मुझे
PyPlot तो है.
PyPlot.
Right. So now we have this PLT and then we have PLT.plot function.
So for C1 color, we need to install and just import as C1, then it will display.
Right.
First we need to install.
Exactly, yes. So you can just simply search Cborn Python. Installing and getting started. So pip install Cborn will do that. Or our case conda install will also work. Okay, and then you can import it and start working. Okay. Now start doing this. Import PLT.
सीबोर भी इंस्टॉल करना है क्या?
नहीं नहीं,
वो क्या है एक्चुअली? व्हाट इज दैट? सीबोर?
instead of PyPlot we have the other, we can use some different scripting there.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we can have different scripting layers for do the plotting, and they will have their own set of methods and all. ggplot, you can also use ggplot also.
Okay.
But ggplot दोनों R packages, तो यहाँ पे भी काम करेगा।
ggplot बना हुआ है इसके लिए भी, मतलब it's not like a R like thing, it's like the interface will look like GUI, the plots will look like the ggplots. Now see this. If I do plt.plot 3,2, it has created a figure now, right? So this is your figure, that's your axis. So this is my artist here. So I have this 2D artist, then I have my X label and Y, X ticks and Y ticks, right? With that one. But it's not showing you this 3,2 point. Why? Because the default line style is dash, means between 2 points it's joined by a dash. Since I have only a single point I am plotting here, that's why it's not showing me anything. If you want to look into that point, do this now. Pass this. Okay, now this is the problem with notebook. See this, now the instance was already created there, right? So it has simply created on this only. It has not created a new figure. But for this is not for inline. Inline will create a new instance. Okay. So now this 3,2 orange point is plotted. So because I have passed this marker over here also. So I want to indicate the marker dot over here. Now,
Sir,
yes.
मेरे इसमें blue आया।
Sorry.
I got blue point.
You got blue point in Azure only.
Yeah.
Strange. Backend is your backend is same, right? NBAGG है ना आपका? ये चेक कर लेना एक बार.
देखते हैं। NPAGG
नहीं, फिर तो सेम आना चाहिए. कलर वाला तो इससे डिसाइड होता है, रेंडर से.
ब्लू कलर का पॉइंट आया 3-2 पे, लेकिन आया ब्लू कलर। आपका ऑरेंज है।
हेलो,
डिफॉल्ट आई थिंक ऑरेंज ही आता है. यस,
फिर हमारा भी ब्लू कलर में आ रहा है.
नहीं, मेरा ऑरेंज आ रहा है।
नहीं, you can change the color also. I'll teach you how to do that. Okay, pass like this. I think this will do it. Yes. Pranali, pass this B dot, then it will give you a blue dot.
और मेरा तो पहले ही ब्लू आ रहा है।
You pass O dot.
और
O is not allowed. उसको देखना पड़ेगा क्या ऑरेंज का. R is there for red.
मार्कर का क्या बताया आपने?
Sorry.
ये why we have passed कोट्स के अंदर डॉट क्यों पास किया था?
Because I want a marker like this. The default marker is a dash between 2 points.
Okay, okay.
So
as we have plot only one point.
yes, it's not showing you anything.
अच्छा अच्छा।
अगर आपने एरे पास किया होता तो वो डॉटेड लाइन बना, एक डैश लाइन बना देता.
हेलो.
Yes.
Hello. Yes, sir. On passing R, we are getting
A red
color.
dot. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I think if you remove R now and execute, each time it gives different color.
Okay, I think it could be random or something. Yes.
Keep on executing based on different color.
Yes, I think it's randomly selecting the colors. Yes. Okay. Now this was very simple using the plt.plot, right? Now let's do the same thing using the scripting layer. Sorry, without the scripting layer, using the artist layer. So now it will be a bit difficult. So do this from matplotlib.backends.backend underscore agg. So that's the backend I'm going to use, agg. Import figure canvas agg. Do this now. And from matplot.figure import figure. Done.
1 minute. कुछ error show कर रहा है, syntax error मतलब for second line.
Check करो.
फिगर तक एग्जीक्यूट करना है,
Okay, but
बिग फंक्शन भी क्रिएट करना है क्या फिगर तक?
आपने 2 बार फ्रॉम क्यों लिख दिया वहां पे?
yeah, that's finished. I got it.
So you know this from, right? So means I don't want to import the complete matplotlib.figure. I just want to import one method from all this.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So for example मुझे numpy से सिर्फ mean import करना है, तो from numpy import mean. So it won't import all the methods of numpy, it will only import mean.
Till what we have to execute?
Sorry.
Till where we have to execute?
No, okay, so done this, so now we'll be creating a new figure.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm creating a new associate figure with this backend. So this figure canvas is the backend. I'm associating this figure on this. So my canvas is ready. Okay. Now in this figure, I have an element, a method called add underscore subplot 111. So I'm creating an axis now. I'm trying to plot here like this axis. Okay, see this now. So now if I just execute this cell up to here. Okay, anyway, it's not going to plot anything because I'm using this AGG.
Why so? If you use AGG, it won't.
In AGG, it won't do any plotting. It will just save a PNG file. We'll see that. Now do the plotting. So this is the plot created, ax.plot. And now you can save over here. Okay. Now, if you look into your library, you'll have this canvas file now. I hope you created a new directory for matplotlib कि नहीं किया?
नहीं उसी में ऐड किया मैंने।
उसी में कर दिया क्या? इसमें आपको एक png आ गया होगा, फिर देखो जिसमें भी किया उसमें png फाइल आ गया होगा. Execute this, एक फाइल आ गया होगा. Now you can easily display using the HTML here. There's again a benefit of Jupyter Notebook. I can execute HTML also here. See this. Image source equal to test.png. आपका डॉट आ गया.
So it should create a new plot, right? New figure.
Just create a PNG file. I just simply displayed this image file. Like we do in an HTML page, right? IMG source is this.
Okay.
The IMG tag of HTML will render that image file. So now this cell is an HTML cell because I put this percentage HTML.
Answer.
Yes, Jitendra.
Hello. Please follow.
Yes.
Can you say?
Done?
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Now same thing I can also do, means now you see this, I will be not using this backend, I will be using my normal backend only, that is NBAGG, right?
NPGG.
Yeah, so now, okay, just a second, Jiten, this is getting error. आपका कोड ठीक नहीं है जितेंद्र. कैनवास इज इक्वल टू गलत लिखा है वो आपने.
Canvas.
ये देखो
क्या आएगा?
2 बार आ गया वो फिगर कैनवास.
Figure canvas को.
ये देखो. हाँ. Okay. Now
Okay.
let's see how we can do this using a PLT now. So PLT.figure will create a new figure. Okay. And now create this plot. See this now.
So the code. मुझे GCA क्या है यहाँ पे? PLT.GCA.
Yes, I will tell you that. पहले समझ में आया. You know what is PLT dot figure? We created this figure, right? Now we created this plot. Now
Hello?
from this, yes.
सर IMG कैसे लिखा था? Scroll up please. IMG. Okay.
पहले ये जरूर लिखना. %% HTML.
Okay.
वरना HTML नहीं चलेगा, वरना एरर देगा वो. See this now. जितेंद्र यहाँ पे ध्यान दीजिए एक मिनट. Now from the scripting layer, I want to go to the artist layer. So I have to access the axis axes, right? So plt.gca will give me GCA means get current access. So now from the scripting layer, I am moving to the artist layer, and that is saved in AX. Now I will have various methods of this AX, which I can use. See this: add artist, add callback, add image, add line, all this. Now on this axis, I have thing called axis, which is used to set axis properties. Xmin, Xmax, Ymin, Ymax ऐसे पास होता है as a list. And now if I do this, I get a plot like this, which has see this.
Okay.
Minimum 0, maximum 6, minimum 0, maximum 10, X और Y. No, ये चीज जरूरी नहीं हम यहाँ से करते हैं, PLT से भी कर सकते थे. नहीं तो एक्सेस ऐड करने के लिए. Yes. So the same thing I can do like this also, plt.access. Right? So this time I'm not accessing the access layer, I'm just doing this from the scripting layer only.
Yes.
Okay. So this is easier, PLT easier, but this is a bit limited. This gives you a lot of options. तो थोड़ा सा वो difficult पड़ता है AX पे करना.
सर वो O से क्या हुआ? बड़ा पॉइंट आ गया क्या?
नहीं, O से मार्कर है वो.
ऐसे क्या क्या ऑप्शंस होते हैं?
वो देखने के लिए आपको ये देखना पड़ेगा. PLT की सॉरी नॉट मैटप्लॉटलिब का एक पूरा कहाँ गया वो. I'll show you this. Yes. इसका पूरा डॉक्यूमेंटेशन इस वेबसाइट पे है. Okay. So you can search for plot. So हम ये यूज कर रहे हैं. Okay. Not this one. BO is action using blue circle markers. Okay. R plus will give you R and plus. Then we have this color, marker, line style, line width, marker size.
Line width, marker size.
Okay. So these are the parameters that you can pass.
और 6.10 कहाँ पॉइंट हो गया? वो 2,3 पे ही हो गया ना?
ये
हाँ नहीं वो ax.axis 06010
ये तो आपका एक्सेस बता रहा है ना, मिनिमम ये 0 से 6 और 0 से 10. Hello. We are
yeah got it.
deciding the axis. Point is at
Axis
3,
min max.
yeah.
Okay. The 3,11 वगैरह डाले तो it doesn't give error, right? It just
It won't show. Is it showing that?
no, it won't show, but it won't give error.
Yes, it won't give an error. Yes. Yep, done. Now let's create these 3 points. Can you do this yourself?
ये 3 प्लॉट इंस्ट्रक्शंस ऐड करेंगे ना, या कुछ फॉर लूप वगैरह से लिखना है?
नहीं, plt.plot से ही लिख लो.
ओके.
देखो फिगर 1 रहना चाहिए, उसके बाद प्लॉट तो स्क्रिप्टिंग ले रहा है तो उसके ऊपर ही लिख देगा वो. So 1.5 1.50 1.2 2.5 2.50.
ओके.
Okay. It will give you like this.
इसमें जो कलर्स आ रहे थे, what are the colors mostly? Only red, green, blue or mix of everything? तो कलर्स आ रहे हैं यहाँ पे.
ये आते हैं ऑरेंज, ग्रीन, ब्लू मोस्टली आता है, रेड आता है.
और
आप चाहे तो पास कर सकते हो यहाँ से. Okay, I think it takes the RGB values in hex code also. So this is ये रेड कर दिया एक. And now you can also set the access also using plt.access.
With Himanshu, you're defining axis take 2.4 2.4
Come again.
maximum. You had not defined the axis right till now.
Yeah, so it is default तो लेगी ना कुछ वो.
Oh, good. Okay.
It will create automatically by default. Now I have used this access. So I've done it very easily with plt.access only directly.
सर ये अपने आप कलर क्यों चेंज कर देता है?
पास कर दो, सेम तो नहीं करेगा. तीनों को
But,
रेड कर दो.
ऐसे नहीं, बट ये तो फिर वो आगे तो कितना कठिन हो जाता होगा. ये इतने जैसे प्लॉट है इसलिए ठीक है, हम कर सकते हैं उसको मैनेज.
नहीं वैसे नहीं करेगा, मतलब अगर इसमें आप एक ही में करोगे तो नहीं करेगा.
अभी सब जैसे अभी मुझे अगर कोई लाइन ड्रॉ करने का एल्गोरिथम इम्प्लीमेंट करना है,
हाँ, तो
उसमें
नहीं
तो
है
हर एक
उसमें.
फॉर लूप के अंदर एक एक
नहीं, हाँ तो उसमें नहीं, उसमें plt.plot नहीं बनाओगी ना बार बार.
बनेगा ना सर. मैं एक फॉर लूप के अंदर वो लाइन के सारे पॉइंट फ्रॉम स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट टू एंड पॉइंट एक इंक्रीमेंट करते डालती जाऊंगी, तो वो उतनी बार तो प्लॉट फंक्शन में कॉल करेगा ही
नहीं. वैसा ना करके अगर आप सीधा इसमें एक numpy array पास कर दोगी तो सेम कलर का दे देगा आपको.
अच्छा,
है ना, वो देखेंगे अभी आगे हम.
ठीक है.
Or what does that GCA do? Could you just tell once again?
GCA gives you the
Yeah.
access to the current access.
Access to the current access. Huh?
Means now this is my scripting layer, PLT, right? Behind of that there is a artist layer.
Yes, artist. Okay.
On artist layer we have this AX access. So now
Okay. Yeah.
I want to move from the scripting layer to the artist layer. So I'm telling PLT to get current access. So I get this AX. And now I can do any changes with my access layer. Now I'm working on the artist layer.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
So it will have all those methods that we have on the AX.
Okay.
Okay. So in the next code I have done the same thing, but this time from the scripting layer only. Okay, but if I have to set the, see this now, if I have to set the title, I have plt dot title here. Let's say first graph. Okay. But the same thing if you have to do using the access layer, you have to do, I'll just comment this out. So that's the graph without it. Oh. I'll do AX is equal to plt dot GCA and then AX dot set title and then first graph. Same thing, but one is from scripting layer, one is from artist layer. Getting this, Akshay?
Yeah, Himanshu. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Now let's move ahead. Now let's do this. AX_PLT.GC and run this. It will show what all things, all the children, what are all the primitive and composite artists that this AX artist has. See this now. This axis has a line 2D. So these are my 3 points. Okay. Then from this matplot lib.spines.spine, this is what 1 2 3 4. एक सेकेंड, 4 चीजें क्या है यहाँ पे? I think this is for your this 4 lines, 4 figures. 1 2 3 4. Yeah, that's for the rectangle. So that's for the rectangle spine.
2 minutes.
Then we have the x-axis and then we have the y-axis. Samir, please mute. See this. So that's my x and y-axis. That's my text, title text. That's my x label. That's my y label. Now these patches is that's the rectangle. What is this for? Spines. एक रेक्टेंगल आ गया, 3 पॉइंट्स, लाइन 2D हो गया, x एक्सिस हो गया. Okay. Now it won't show you the, so now we have this title also. And then I don't have any of these titles. This spines look to be for rectangle only, but I have to check that. Okay, let's do one more plot, then we'll check for that also. Okay, so now these elements, there are so many elements that we have here. Now suppose I want to access this title here. So what I will do? X dot get
Title.
I think title होना चाहिए. Yes. First graph. इसमें आप उसकी पोजीशन चेंज कर सकते हो। नहीं ये तो फिर हट क्या है। Means I am extracting it, I have to set it again. I can set it from x dot set title. Now let's do some scatter plots quickly. Create a numpy array from 1 to 8 and then y is equal to x. You can do use a range also, no issues. ऐसे नहीं करना तो np dot a range से कर दीजिए। Yes, done. And now plt dot figure will create a new figure, otherwise it will plot on the old plot only. If you don't do this plt dot figure, and then plt dot scatter x comma y, that's it.
हिमांशु एक बार पिंग करोगे क्या एक कोड प्लीज?
Sure.
It's done.
Done?
Yeah.
Okay. Now if I pass here, oops, sorry, dash. Nice, scatter भी नहीं कर रहा वो. Why is not plotting? There is an error. No, this is not allowed here. That's not for. This is only for plot, not here. Okay. Now what I want to do here is I just want to have all those colors as green. The last one should be red. So now I have this x and y arrays ready with me. I have created a list of green colors and then I appended a red also here. Do this.
Once यहाँ पे आपने mentioned s is equal 100 and it's mentioned size of 100, but
साइज है साइज.
what is it?
Yes.
But कहाँ पे ये
ये
लिखा है
साइज,
size का?
इसका साइज
तो ये okay.
कम कर दो इसको तो दिख जाएगा वो अलग से.
Right.
Okay. जिप जनरेटर क्यों यूज कर रहा है यहाँ पे? Leave this, not required. Do this now. Again, y is equal to x ही है. Okay, but this time I have 3. So I have plt.figure, I have a scatter plot. Okay, now this is again very good. See this. So I am creating 2 scatter plots here. So the 2 initial values are in red color, called by the label tall students, and the last 5 values are with the name on the blue color with short students. Do this now. Yes, done.
सर मेरे इसमें लेबल नहीं आ रहा है।
ये लेबल
Yeah,
आपके इसमें कैसे रेड वालों को टॉल दिखाता है और शॉर्ट व्यू के आगे शॉर्ट, वैसा मेरे इसमें नहीं आ रहा है।
ये कह रही हो?
हाँ।
ये तो अभी किया नहीं आपने, लेजेंड नीचे किया है वो अभी ये भी नहीं आ रहा होगा,
अच्छा
एक्स और वाई लेवल्स भी नहीं आए होंगे आपके।
नहीं, कुछ नहीं आया, तो वही मैं
हाँ,
देख रही थी कि
वो
कहाँ
यहाँ
पे
पे है,
खोल।
वो यहाँ पे है।
ओके ओके।
देखो plt डॉट एक्स लेबल विल गिव यू द एक्स लेबल, वाई लेबल, टाइटल, इसको आप आर्टिस्ट लेयर से भी कर सकते थे। ओके, एंड देन द लेजेंड will give you the legend. It says no handles with labels found to put. Why is it so? Okay, I have not executed this, I think. Yes. ये चीज ध्यान रखना, जो यहाँ पे लेबल्स है ना आपके, these will be used for the legends. जो स्कैटर बॉट में अपने पास किया, ये नहीं होगा तो फिर एरर देगा वो।
हिमांशु थोड़ा स्क्रॉल डाउन करो।
Now you can change the location also this. ये देखो, इसको यहाँ कर दिया, ये अच्छा नहीं दिख रहा वैसे अब, है ना। और फ्रेम को मैंने ऑफ कर दिया है, इसको ट्रू कर दो, ज्यादा बेटर है, थोड़ा ठीक दिखेगा। Then see this legend, this Okay. Now look at this. Look at all the childrens. Get children. So these are your scatter path collections for your scatter plots. This one and this one. वो spine rectangle के लिए ही है. The borders of the rectangle maybe. Now see this. What I am doing here in this line. Now I'm accessing the legend through this plt.gca, and that get children will give me this list, and then -2 will give me this second last one. I am saving it in legend, and then I will print it also. Okay. Now I will have this will have further children also. So legend dot say this. It has two things. One is offset box and one is patches, fancy box patch. Now this also has further children and so on. So this you can see all the complete hierarchy. Or you can write a for loop to do that. It will go up to the bottom. That's not required, just for your understanding. So this is like I was showing you in this theory now. Yes. So like this we have this hierarchies. Clear? There's no need to write this code. These two lines. ये अभी करना नेक्स्ट क्लास में करोगे लाइन प्लॉट्स
नेक्स्ट क्लास में करेंगे
ठीक है चलो we'll start from line plot from the next Saturday.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So we'll try to finish this on Saturday anyhow, so that from Sunday we can start machine learning.
Okay.
Okay. So please come and please revise machine learning and come.
Whole descriptive and everything inferential.
Machine learning.
Okay, machine learning.
Yeah. At
Using
least
R, okay.
linear and logistic revise करके आना अच्छे से.
So Sunday
Linear regression.
Sorry.
Linear regression.
हाँ जितेंद्र आपको you have to attend linear regression in the morning batch from 14th.
14.
हाँ मीन्स नेक्स्ट मंडे उसके बाद वाला जो मंडे होगा उससे आप अटेंड कर सकते हो मशीन लर्निंग. ओके सो आपको
स्टैटिस्टिक्स भी चाहिए क्या मुझे?
नहीं स्टैटिस्टिक्स अभी नहीं चाहिए, बाद में मशीन लर्निंग के बाद एक क्लास लूंगा तो बता तब बोल दूंगा पढ़ने के लिए.
Sir, weekend is better for me. Actually, time नहीं मिलेगा morning में.
सॉरी
कह रहा weekend पे सही है, morning में time.
नहीं तो फिर ऐसा ना कि इसमें मैं मतलब ऑल दिस पीपल हैव ऑलरेडी डन मशीन लर्निंग विद आर.
Okay, machine learning.
मतलब मशीन लर्निंग इनको